The Dundas Blues tonight basking in the glow of their 5-4 victory over the Grimsby Peach Kings. James Almeida, the game winner at 1:50 remaining in the third period for the Blues' third victory over the South Bloomsfield division leaders this season. But the main focus tonight, Alumni Night here at JL Greatmeyer Arena. And joining us at this time, the assistant coach of the Guelph Storm, Dan Fitzgerald, also a member of the Dundas Blues Hall of Fame. Dan, congratulations on being here tonight. What were some of your fondest memories of your 1 year coaching in Dundas?
Yeah, thanks, John, and thanks to Dane and Steve and the entire organization for having me back. And really cool night, and obviously great to see the guys get a win against Grimsby. Obviously a rivalry night. So, for me, the greatest memories were being in the trenches with the young guys, and watching them develop throughout the year, and put in all the hard work. And the 1 year that we went to the final ended up coming up short, but still stay in touch with a lot of those kids, and they're grown up to be men and fathers, and they have homes and jobs, and some of them came out tonight, which is great to see. And it's really the lasting impression that you hope to have on these young men as they start their lives as real citizens in our communities. And we had a lot of fun together. We won a lot of games, and but that's the stuff that's secondary to the relationships and the bonds that we form.
29 victories back in 2014 in your year here, and you mentioned the trip to the finals. What were some of the things in your hockey journey that you learned that contributed along the way to now your time with the Guelph Storm?
Yeah, I mean, you pick up things each and every year. Starting as a player, was fortunate enough to have some really great coaches and play with some really great players, and then as we got into coaching, to be able to learn in a league like the PJHL was huge for me. And I got my first start here in Dundas with thankfully because of Steve Agler, and we actually put in a lot of work that you always think back the things what could I have done better, but you learn from each and every experience. And the experiences I had here in Dundas helped me when I moved on to Cambridge, and helped me when I moved on to St. Catharines and into Brantford, into Niagara, and now into Guelph. And some of the same things that I did back then with the Blues, I'm still doing now with the Storm. It's funny how hockey works that way.
Now, you'd been a head coach at various levels since 2014. You're now an assistant coach. Is there a huge shift in responsibility from the head coach to now moving into the assistant coach position in Guelph?
Yeah, it's a good question. Didn't quite know what to expect of myself going to become an assistant coach. Always really kind of had control of the bench myself, and being the head guy brings on different responsibilities, but really enjoying the transition to assistant coach. Having my own ownership over different parts of the game, but collaborating with some really good coaches in Chad and Rob, and the way that we work together is fantastic. I feel like it's a real team effort, and I think that's how every good coaching staff should be. Gives your assistants some autonomy, and then allow everybody to come together and solve problems together.
What are some of the players or situations that you've been happiest with this season in Guelph?
I'm thrilled with all of our players. We're fortunate enough to have some potential draft picks in Jet Luchenko and Charlie Paquette, and Leo Serlin, and Rowan Top. Those kids are really developing well. Jet was able to go to the top prospects game not too long ago. It's a great accomplishment for them. There's some great young players who represented Canada this year as well at the U17, with Ryland St. Quinn Boucher. And we have some older guys who are fighting for contracts and trying to make their way as pro hockey players soon here. So we have a great mix, and we've won some big games, and we're trying to position ourselves for a long playoff run.
You're currently in third place in the Midwest Division in the OHL. What do you consider to be a successful season for the Guelph Storm this year?
We just want to get better every single day and see where that puts us. We're big on inputs. We're not focused so much on outputs. We know we're going to win games if we do things the right way. And, if we continue to do things the right way, trust our process, then maybe that puts us in a good position to win games in the playoffs and win series and see where that takes us. But if we get focused on those outputs, then we're not going to do the job that we need. So we're going to stay focused on our process and see where we end up when it's all over.
Thank you very much, Dan, for joining us tonight at Alumni Night, and all the best of continued success with the Guelph Storm both this year and in the future.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That's a wrap for tonight. The Dundas Blues once again with a victory over the Grimsby Peach Kings on the road for 3 games, and then back here for a 7:30 start on the 22nd of January. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us.